was trying to save my daughter. If I gotta save the world to save her, then I'm gonna do it.
This is the end. The human species will disappear from the face of the earth. We are literally living on borrowed time.
Chris, without getting too in the weeds of the science of it, could you please compare the rules of time travel in the Tomorrow War to something, say, like, I don't know, Avengers Endgame?
Perfect. So the time travel in the Tomorrow War has nothing to do with any Infinity Stone. Instead, it focuses on what we call the life raft scenario. The time travel in the Tomorrow War is in its infancy, so it's imperfect. And essentially, they only have enough resources in 2051, where we're fighting an alien force that's invaded the planet, and humankind is at stake. They've created a technology that can somehow travel back 30 years. And all they have the technology for is to go back from this point to this point.
So basically, you could have not been born yet. Help me out.
Okay, so first rule, I think, is time only moves in one direction, forward, right, in our film. And what we were able to do is create a jump link between 2021 and 2051. And you can jump between those two periods. You can't go back and you can't go forward.
Like two rafts floating downstream, each travel through time simultaneously. So if they travel back 30 years from now and collect me, I move forward into the future 10 days. And then when they send me back, 10 days will have passed.
And you had to already have passed away.
Correct.
Prior to jumping.
So that's something we find out, is that each of us are drafted. The thing that we have in common is that we are no longer alive in 2051. Yeah. So when they come back to choose us, you can't live in both timelines at the same time.
So you won't disrupt, I don't use the right
time-space continuum.
Yes.
And so that's why you have this ragtag squad of slightly older people being trained by people who are less than 30.
Let's talk about time travel. The movie introduces some very specific new kind of time travel rules we haven't really seen in movies before. Do you think it's a easier or harder concept of time travel for audiences to accept than ones that they've seen before?
I think it's easier to accept because like the parameters are so specific. You know, like I think in a lot of time travel movies, like we can go wherever we want, whenever we want, let's go. And then it's like, well, then why wouldn't you go wherever? This one like has an explanation for why it's these, you know what I mean? Like why it has an explanation for why. And I think that's helpful for an audience to kind of like suspend their disbelief and to like kind of buy into the sci-fi story of it.
Yeah, I mean, in context, I think that the way we explain it in the film is definitely easier. Once we start getting into the, black hole and wormholes and things of that nature, I mean, it completely, takes us into another realm. But we wanted to, or at least I get the feeling that with the time travel, it still needed to make sense.
I think if you're into time traveling, yes. I think if you're not, it's pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like I'm on the fence. When I'm talking about it, it's like, wait, what? So this, but if I'm not thinking about it, it's like, okay, I'm lost. How does this make any sense? You know what I'm saying?
I think for me, it is a bit easier. I'm all into like time traveling and jumping and things like that. So this one, because we look at it as time only moving in one direction, which is forward, I think it's a lot easier to understand than to, bring in the past. It gets confusing after that. But I think it's easier in this film than in others.
Well, it's nice knowing you.